crush it. Why now is the time to cash in on your passion. Gary Vaynerchuk. Chapter 1. Passion is everything. How badly do you want to crush it? Is it all-consuming feeling? Do you stay awake at night? Your brain swimming with ideas and dreams? Are you willing to do whatever it takes for the chance and live entirely on your own terms? If so, you are lucky. You are lucky because you are in an age of unmatched opportunity for anyone with enough hustle, patience, and big dreams. I should know, since that's all I had to work with. 3 years ago, I was an anomaly, a guy with limited technology skills and used social media sites like Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr to build a highly fulfilled and profiling. A lot of people were unwilling to accept that the business world, the society was changing, and if I try to tell you that you could build a business that create wealth and the most happiness you ever known with the nothing more than the passion and the willingness to work with your own face, you might not have believed me. I don't think enough people have yet grasped just how much society and business and even the internet have changed, and my story is about to become a lot less unusual. If you want it badly enough, it can become your story in lot less time and for a lot less money. Here how fast change has taken hold. I helped my dad's local liquor shop, Shoppers Discount Liquor, and blew it from the $4 million to $50 million in 8 years. I'm proud of that, but aside from a ton of hard work, it took millions of dollars in advertising with the New York Times, Wine Spectators, and other publications, as well as the radio stations and local TVs. Compare with when I started building my personal brand in February 2006. To this day, it has cost me far less in money, less than $15,000 than in sweet, and I am having more fun than I have ever had in my life. You have got a sweet right. You may not have connections or education or wealth, but with enough passion and sweet, you can make anything happen. 3 rules. Only 3 rules. You may have picked up this book because you want to know the secret of my success. Well, my secret is that I live by 3 pretty simple rules. First is love your family. Second is work super hard. And third is live your passion. These are the only 3 simple fucking rules. First is love your family. Second is work super hard. And third one is live your passion. That's it. Notice that I don't mention the internet and the social media tools or even technology, even though they have been a crucial to everything I have accomplished in the last few years. That's because I measure my success by how happy I am, not how big the business is or how much money I have made. And thanks to the following those 3 rules, I am 100% happy. Don't believe me? Think it is not possible? I promising you, it is. If you don't already live the first principle, get on it, because what I am going to tell you in the book is worthless if you are not taking care of your family. Your family always comes first. But if you have got the priorities straight, you have working hard and you are still not 100% happy, it's probably because you are not living your passion. And that's it, my friend. Although this is the only 1/3 of the secret of the success, this is the whole key and stalking your claim in the new business world we live in today. Live your passion. What does that mean anyway? It means that when you get up from work every morning, every single morning, you are pumped because you get to talk about work with or do the things that interest you the most in the world. You don't live your vacations because you don't need to break from what you are doing. Working, playing, and relaxing are one and the same. You don't even pay attention to how many hours you are working because to you it don't really work. You are making money, but you are do whether it's you're doing for free. Does this sound like you? Are you living or just earning a living? You have spent so much time at work. Why waste it doing anything other than what you love most? Life is too short for that. You own it to yourself to make massive change for better. And all you have to do is go online and start using the tools waiting for you there. What you need to know. In this book, I will explain step by step how to use all the social networking tools on the internet to take whether it is rocks your world and activity that you would be every minute if you could, and topic that you just can't shut up about, and product that you would like to put in everybody's hand and build it into the just a business but powerful personal brand that make you all money and more important brings you all happiness you could ever want. For those if you already living your passion but hungry to boost up your business and further, you will find some fresh ideas and how to do that, as will anyone interested in developing a strong brand identity and already existing product and services. Among the topics we will cover: how to correctly channel your passion into the blog followed by thousands of people and consuming your personal brand, what real hustle looks like, how to get the attention of advertising itching to give you a portion of their billions dollars in ad revenue, why building a personal brand through the social media is crucial to professional survival and the advancement no matter what you feel, why you should know make plan to grow a business around your personal brand and leave your current job even if you are happily employed, how social networking gives you the data you need to find the next social trend and financial opportunity, why savvy social networks are great cocktail party guests and how you can become one too, how to monetize your interaction with every person you talk to online, the best marketing strategy ever, where to fish for diverse source for revenue, how companies should use social networking to shape their story and stake their brand, how to build legacy which is always greater than the currency and the measure of the successful lasting brand and business. Social media give entrepreneurs and business and unprecedented chance to engage their customers and communicate their message. Those who can harness their passion to the unbeatable reach and power to those tools and passionate to crush it, and the level of world never seen. The game has changed. Everyone knows the internet represents one of the biggest crucial shifts since the printing press. But I think society has been so recognized and it represents the biggest shift in history in how we do business. Like ever, it's matured from a heaven from a coding geek to the second home for most Americans. Still spend countless hours shopping online, but who are increasing moving the social lives there thanks to the networking sites just like Facebook, YouTube, Flickr, Tumblr, Twitter. It makes total sense that if it is where the eyeballs are going, this is where the business has to go. Money goes where people go. Where there is no audience, advertising are eager to follow. They spend their money on traditional media, radio, television, newspaper, and magazines. Those platforms are losing eyeballs to the online world by the second. And many media companies never implemented the linear business model they needed to stay alive. They are dead. If your survival in the traditional media don't adjust the new competitor, 30 years from now our kids will examine them the museum with the same curiosity they now reserve for the dinosaur walls and fossils. I'm going to make a lot of massive, bold statements in this book, but let me assure you that I am not trying to be able to sock jokes. I won't say anything unless I wouldn't throw long and hard about it. Advertisers and companies need to spend money to stay alive. So why shouldn't they spend it on you? By building a personal brand using social media networks, you are personally doing them for favor, since the only advertisement it takes to use these sites to grow a business and the ridiculous amount of time and the hustle these platforms are open to whoever and got the chops to get their game. That's you, right? No excuses. But Gary, some of you might be saying, my passion isn't something cool and routine friendly like mine. I am into World of Warcraft. I am obsessed with belly dancing and regularly piss off my wife because I would rather hole up in the basements with my friends playing cards and do anything else. I want to build a business, but there's no money to made in that. Plus, I am got rent to mortgage kids and elderly parents, student loans, car payments. Yeah, well, so did Fritz Haljan and G. Frank and Vic Versika Remington and Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan. They totally crushed it, and you can too. Do it now. But Gary somehow else might say, have you kept it up with the news? Over the past few years, the economy has taken the beating. A lot of people have lost jobs. Consumers are not spending like that and once did. The advertisers are far more conservative and they used to be. I'm reading this book to plan ahead of the day. I knew for sure that's a good time to start a business. It's never a bad time to start a business unless you are starting a mediocre business. I think economic downturns represent a huge opportunity for everyone to get their focus on the start of the crescent. The person who can dominate during rough times is the person who can dominate periods. Yes, we have seen a lot of people close and shops in the past years, but if they have offered a relevant, differentiated product or services, had been adaptable, and most of the had known how to tell their story, they wouldn't have had to close. I know that's unpopular thing to say, but I think once you read further and understand how the culture has changed and what the next generation, whether the entrepreneurs or not, need to be do, they make its mark. You will agree with me. Booming economics like the one who recently ended keeping all the kinds of business afloat that should know the sunk long time ago. Once the wind shifts, there is only room left for the best. What kind of business did you plan on starting? A mediocre one or one that kicks? You know the right answer. Following the suggestions led up this book and your business will be standing as profitable as long as you want to be. Plus, you will have achieved more professional happiness than you ever imagined. Maybe you are out of work and you are thinking you might drivel that some of the ideas in this book every day after you send your resume and make few calls. The traditional resume, by the way, in about the become obsolete and but more there later. Tell me this. So, did you jump up every morning eager to go to the job you lost? If not, why are you not looking for the another one just like it? You have an unbelievable opportunity. Use all this extra time You have to renovate yourself to follow the totally differentiate path from one you ever did before. Maybe one you ever the things the only thing that isn't custom in rate and watch the reading. Thanks for your service and serve farewell dinner to send your off into retirement. You can do better so long you are willing to live a wreath of your passion. Do that and you are no longer differentiate between your work life and your personal life. You have just lived and love doing it. As for those and you just still employed, even happily employed, this book is for you too. Mark my word, if you want to stay relevant and the competitive in the coming years, I don't care if you are in sales, tech, finance, publishing, journalism, event planning, business development, relative service, you name it. You still need to develop and grow your personal brand. Everyone needs to start thinking of themselves as a brand. It's no longer as an option, it's a necessity. My DNA made me want to start business and go big as bold and conquer the world. The crush and competition, the busy New York Times jet, and there is a lot of you reading this book who see what I have done and think, yeah, that's awesome. I have got a lot of share with you, but if that's not you, I think I can still help you out. Maybe your DNA is totally different from mine. You just want to live comfortably, provide for your loved ones, prepare for the future, and not worry too much. You are set. You are average US salary around 40 to 50k dollar. You can earn that doing a job you have loved or job you hate. Please choose love. Of course, money and security matters, and I am very aware that the many people live paycheck to paycheck. Let me reiterate that I am process. I am going to be talking about take a lot of time, efforts and focus, but not a lot of dollars. If any, that's my friend is the exactly game changer. Everyone has to sort, not just those who extra cash. Learn it to live your passion and you will have the money you need plus total control of your own destiny. That's a pretty comfortable place to be, wouldn't you say? This means you. What if you just don't have to hard business instinct? Don't worry, skills are cheap, passions are priceless. If you are passionate about your content and you know it and do it better than anyone else, even with few formal business skills, you have a potential to create $1 million business. Here's why. Let you say to love to fish and you happen to know to load about worms. In fact, you have embraced to how much you like the worms and like to talk to worms, but there is no way to you can make money on the worms, right? Wrong. You can use the internet to build the platform where you can talk about worms to your heart's content. Passion is contagious. If you channel it into the creating amazing content and distributed the content using the social media tools I discuss in this book, someone like me who rocks in business development is eventually find it and become a fan. The day I hear you say that you can use a particular kind of worm to catch a 80% more bass than you might otherwise, I am going to see the business opportunity and contact you together to create an online show, written blogs and audio podcast around your passion and reach the fishing marketplace. $1 billion industry. We launch the content and people are immediately drawn to you. We built a community by capitalizing all the social media tools and techniques at our disposal. We work as many hours as possible. The next thing we know that we have our biggest fishing lure company in the country, asking to advertising in our site. From there is a starting building worms of mouth, the opening up, the more revenue streams, and catching your passion is warms and trading with my passion for which div will intimately result in a business that crushed it. Thanks to the accessibility and reach of the social media and the zero cost. Anyone can do this. Salesman Steve, who rocked selling the blockbuster, needs to find one man sales and the Fellini fan to build $1 million movie revenue business. Johnny Longo, who choreographs and the marathon training, needs to find a marketer Marvi and create a running blog that scaled it and attracts Nike as a sponsor. There is a room for everyone in the world for social media, which is the same thing and saying there is a room for everyone in the today's business world. Social media is equal to business period. Everybody wins in these scenarios. Stan and Johnny may seem like big winners because they have enjoying some fame yet off in the WAC room. If Steve and Marvin are living their passion, believe me, they are rocking the pretty hard. In fact, you all of the way fame and the national TV appearance and the coverage that have received, it's a blind the scene. Behance's buildings and have given me more happiness than anything else. Maybe you are reading this and thinking, cool, I am business person and don't have to think about my passion. I just have to find someone else who is passionate and use their content to create a business. Maybe if your passion, your true blue passion isn't a business development and marketing and sales, you need to figure out what is it and do that instinct, otherwise you will fail. If you have to do the passion for bizdev, however, you may not need a partner at all. I didn't. It's up to